Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
Tem
Be
nada.
advised you have been identified as a known criminal. Respond immediately or we will be forced to open fire.
Ih, como assim?
I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Stand down and prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
Os caras estão me chamando de ladrão. Como assim, brother? Vai me dizer o que tá acontecendo aqui?
I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance.
Que mentira.
You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information.
Tá. Que coisa, hein? Sessão da alerta.
Smart decision.
Bora
Stand
lá.
by to be boarded and transferred.
Caramba, tava fácil demais, velho. Tava fácil demais, cara. Óbvio que tava fácil. Não tem como. Phobos, Lua de Marte. Lua de Marte? O que eu tô fazendo em Marte?
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Caraca, doido. Tô preso.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
Preso, cara. Tô preso. Por que
You
eu fui
just sit
preso?
tight. The commander wants to have a little chat.
The prisoner's ready, sir.
Aí é loucura, velho. Tá. Tudo bem, Capitão? E aí, Capitão? O que você quer?
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss.
Só deixa eu pegar minha multa e ir embora daqui.
Not this time. So, let me see what we're working with here. Seems you fancied yourself a bit of an explorer in the past. That lines up with where you are now.
Esse cara tá
I
estranho.
also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs.
Que incidente foi esse? Acho que tá tudo aí. Aposto que o número que eu calço não tá nos registros.
Huh. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll have my people get right on that. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do?
O que é então o DefSys da UC?
United Colonies System Defense. Does that help you figure out exactly what it is we do?
Eu sei que você quer sequestrar pessoas, né?
Actually, that's something new we're trying. I figured we needed to branch out a bit, broaden our horizons. UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet.
A Frota
That
Escarlate.
conflict is where you enter the picture.
Eu não tenho nada a ver com a Frota Escarlate, mano. Que são os piratas, né?
No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we'll have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down.
E por que tem que ser eu? Isso me cheira a vingança pessoal.
It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm simply doing what's best for the security of the United Colonies. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine.
O que é que eu ganho pra aceitar trabalhar pra DefSys? Que eu queria matar uns piratas, hein?
Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any costs that the operation will incur. Or, you can throw all that away, and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached.
Parece que não tem muita escolha, né?
Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else?
Tá, bora lá, né? Precisa decidir agora?
You aren't leaving until I have an answer.
O que você acha que eu dou conta de uma operação dessas?
If I didn't think you had a chance, I would have left you in lockup. You're just going to have to follow your instincts and trust me.
Eu pensava que esses caras eram lá dos aliens, ó.
Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find
Ele vai
all
me
access
levar
to
pra
the
lá.
docking area is fully restricted.
Ele já vai me levar pra lá, velho. Como assim? Operação secreta. Que loucura, brother. Que cara covarde, velho. Vou sendo forçado a fazer uma missão secundária, eu acho, né? Tá de matar todo mundo aqui.
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Going in all alone.
Deixa eu ver aqui. Operação secreta. Tá aqui, ó. Do nada. Do nada. Eu fazendo minha missão aqui de boa, velho. Cadê minha missão? Nem sei cadê minha missão. Sem movimentos bruscos aqui, ó. E o cara me manda uma missão secreta, velho. Meu Deus, o cara tá me forçando. Bora lá, então.
Trading a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Okay, hello.
Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right?
É. E aí?
I've got nothing to say to you, convict.
Sim, eu tô te seguindo, animal. Vai andando. Adiamo pra frente. Vamos embora. Go. Vai. Tem que ficar empurrando o cara, brother.
Hey.
Vai, irmão. Vai. Vai, cara. Anda. Isso. Isso, rapaz. Tem que tacar uma dedada no cara pro cara aí.
Alright. This is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Tá. Vamos fazer essa missão.
My family's all in the UC Navy, but being SysDef, I got bragging rights.
E aí, capitão sequestrador, desgraçado.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
Estou dando fora dessa nave penitenciária. Toma! Não, vamos ver. Vocês vão precisar mais do que uma nave para eliminar uma frota inteira. O que exatamente é a Frota Escarlate?
That's strange. According to your file, you've encountered them before. On Vectera, specifically. They were the pirates that attacked your mining outpost?
Ah, isso aí eu lembro, mas e aí? Vocês vão precisar de mais que uma nave para eliminar uma frota inteira.
Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
Persuasão, só me bota na sala com eles que eu os convenço de qualquer coisa. Cara, é bom, hein, velho. Vamos lá.
Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bolden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Parece simples.
You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
Pra que se dá o trabalho de coletar provas? Não tem sentido.
Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority than they're willing to admit. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, they'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow.
Entendi. Pelo visto, você confia muito nas minhas habilidades.
If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
E se eu der passo maior do que a perna?
Then you better learn to swim, because you're diving right into the deep end on this one. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life on a whim or a prayer. Just use your best judgment, trust your instincts, and watch your back.
Bem, vou tentar.
I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
O que você quer dizer com isso?
The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. They only abide by one thing: money. All of their morals and social graces fall by the wayside in pursuit of their greed. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warning you not to get lured into their trap. Think you can handle that?
Esse cara tá muito covarde, velho. Fiquei puto, eu não queria ajudar ele não. Sério mesmo, foi pessoal. Eu sei me manter firme.
That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
O que acontece se me prenderem como pirata?
For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines.
Tá.
Good luck.
Muito bom, né? Muito legal. E aí, minha senhora?
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Tá. Basicamente, vocês querem que eu roube os ladrões. Tá, já entendi.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
Segurança. O que eles tiverem de incriminador, eu vou achar.
For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
Quer falar sobre isso, minha senhora?
What? No. It's personal. It has nothing to do with you. Just stick to the mission and you'll be fine.
Tá. Eu não vim salvar o mundo, estou aqui porque não tive escolha.
I was hoping that you'd be inspired into thinking this is more than a punishment. It appears that I was wrong. I suppose we'll simply have to motivate you in a different way. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return.
Beleza,
As
aí é
compensation
mais
for your
legal, né?
efforts.
Bem, mas eu não preciso de pagamento pra fazer o que é certo, o que é moral.
That's what I told Commander Akande, but he insisted. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden, and with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Legal. Quer falar sobre a sua experiência pessoal com a Frota Escarlate?
Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate
Ônus
from
da
the job.
prova. Se estiver empolgado com alguma coisa, vai se sentir melhor se botar pra fora.
Yeah.
Tô curioso.
Maybe. No, it's not really an appropriate time to be going over my private life. There are much more important things to be done. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time, okay?
Beleza. E se me pegarem transportando um carregamento de Aurora?
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the consequences of making that mistake.
Tá, beleza.
I'll be here
Yes.
if you have any more questions.
Tá, e agora eu fui induzido a fazer essa missão secundária. Eu acho que a gente vai fazer ela porque teve muita conversa, né? Pra não deixar assim meio fio solto e... Saca, eu ia fazer outras coisas enquanto isso. Olha o cara aqui. Vamos resolver essa missão dos piratas. Depois a gente continua e entrega o artefato, né? Que tá nas minhas mãos. Beleza? Vamos lá. Eu preferi não fazer missões meio a meio, mas tudo bem, de boa. Vamos lá.
Hello there.
Glad to see you're back in one piece.
Vamos desacoplar. E vamos ao nosso destino, não é mesmo? Nosso destino tá pra cá. Pra Marte. Ah, eu já tô em Marte. Os caras me sequestraram, mano. Me trouxeram pra cá. Mano, isso foi muito ridículo, hein? Quer dizer... Não, acho que eu não tô em Marte, não. Ou tô? Tô. Aqui é Phobos, né? Aqui eu tava na Lua. Aí agora eu fui pro planeta.
This is United Colonies space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband.
Ih, será que ele vai achar contrabando?
You're cleared to land.
Tá.
Enjoy your stay at Sidonia.
Tá, então eu tenho que fazer essa missão bizarra que é... Como é que chama? Me infiltrar, né, nos comandos aí dos Piratas Escarlate. Missão secundária aqui, galera. Forçado, né, porque eu fui preso. Vamos nessa. Não queria matar os caras da UC ali, da União das Colônias. Tem um cara aqui me seguindo, né, que é o maluco do Semco, ainda tá comigo, da missão anterior, que a gente não finalizou. Mas a gente vai finalizar em breve, depois dessa daqui. Eu acho que essa daqui é meio grande, hein, mas vamos lá. Os caras nem curaram meu HP, como é que pode?
I've heard you've been making the settled system safer. It's not much, but take this.
O cara me deu grana, ó.
If you're going to use the elevators or stairs to reach the other levels, try to keep...
My buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him out with something, but I just don't have the time.
Vou falar com esse cara aqui, ó. Bolden. Opa, calma.
If you're here to buy or sell,
Bolden.
you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy.
Eu vim vender, mas é com você que eu quero falar.
Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that line. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm just having a laugh. What have you got for me?
Pode ver essa amostra aqui.
Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
The Trade Authority turning down contraband. Well, if that doesn't take the cake. Or not take the cake.
Acho que o pessoal que me disse que você era melhor... Peraí. Acho que o pessoal que me disse que você era melhor se enganou.
No, they're right. What they didn't tell you is that I have a self-preservation streak a kilometer wide. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit.
É, né? Poxa, aí é foda. Vou pagar.
You know, it's
Eles
funny.
falaram que me pagar.
Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Olha que eu vou cobrar,
My
hein?
faith in the seedy underbelly of the settled systems is restored.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
I don't know about you,
É, né?
but a fella could do a lot worse in Constellation.
Então, eles falaram lá que eles iam pagar todos os custos, né? Sei. Vamos ver se eles vão pagar. Não tinha outra opção, vamos nessa, né? Eu quero é me infiltrar. Vamos se infiltrar na frota pirata.
We have the tech to instantly jump
Matar
across
uns
the
pirata, né,
universe.
cara?
You'd think someone would have invented a way to keep rocks
Mil
out of
continho não é nada, não. Eita porra. O cara cortou o frango ali, viu?
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away.
Saor, qual é o nome dessa mulher? Saoirse. Ela tem todas as vogais no nome, só faltou o Saoirse Balden. Disse que você poderia me ajudar a transportar uma carga disso.
Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first.
Ah, que coisa, hein? Você faz... Não, peraí. Quem é a gente? Achei que isso era entre eu e você.
You're a clever one, aren't you? Let's just say I have a certain influential affiliation. And leave it at that. Basically, you want that Aurora moved, I'm your guy.
Eu acho que eu tenho que fazer pra poderem confiar em mim, né? Então, sem problema.
Right down to business. And no small talk. I like it.
This whole thing's giving me the worst sort of deja vu.
If you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I want. You got that? Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back.
Either way. Vou só pagar a dívida dele agora pra gente se tratar de negócio de uma vez. Não, vou só matar o cara e pegar a grana aqui. Quanto barulho você quer que eu faça?
What do I need to do here? Write you an instruction manual? You can do this loud, you can do this quiet. I don't care. I just want my goddamn money, and I want this guy to remember who he screwed over.
Cara grosso, né? Entendi.
Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
Tá. Então vamos lá, vamos pegar o dinheiro do cara. Eu queria desequipar a arma, seria legal. Sai, robô.
Hey, it's my personal savior. Thanks again for the assist.
Ah, o Moara aqui, ó. E aí, Moara, como é que tá?
Hey, good to see you again. Still think there might be room for me on your crew?
Claro, né? Entra aí.
Okay, I'm game. I could use a break from the Sol system.
Bora trabalhar pra mim, que é melhor. Tá. Deixa o Moara aí. Pegamos mais um cara, ó.
Give me a few to get my things together. Then I'll get to work. See you in the space lanes, Captain.
Ô, putaria, salvei o cara vai entrar na minha tripulação. Tem que ter um cargueiro pra levar essa galera toda, viu, mano? Ele falou nas docas de Deimos. Tá ali o cara, hein? Vou falar com ele aqui.
Something I can help you with?
E aí, Carl? Vim coletar os créditos que você deve pro Adler Camp.
Adler Camp? Who the heck is that?
Você deve dinheiro pra alguém ou não?
Of course I owe money. Unless you're independently wealthy. Everyone's in debt nowadays. I owe Deimos. I owe my landlord. I owe Galbank. Heck, I have a tab at Parsec Deep at Cespear. It's an endless list. So why don't you just leave me here? Let me get drunk and find someone else to bother.
Ele bebe mesmo, okay? O cara falou certo. Não tenho tempo pra ficar de joguinho.
What? Play what games? You're obviously confusing me with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though.
É, né? Entendi. Vou passar lá pro Adler o que você disse.
Adler. Oh, wait. You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good?
Não, tem que pagar agora, enfim. Se não pagar agora, a Deimos vai te despachar pra casa num caixão.
Come on! Give me a break! What the... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know?
Right? Então paga com sangue.
It's funny how whenever someone's there to collect the debt, everyone's as poor as a list dirt farmer.
Já cansei desse jogo, vamos persuadir, né?
What games? Why are you doing this to me? I don't have the money.
Eu não tenho dinheiro. Que mentira, paga logo. Se não por você, pelo bem da sua família.
How dare you try and threaten my family?
Eu vou lá e mato ele, todo mundo. Deixa eu ver aqui. Paga ele, se vinha depois.
Yeah, sure.
Eu não vou conseguir, velho.
I'll have the whole Crimson Fleet gunning for me. Brilliant. Brilliant idea.
Eu entendo, não tô tentando complicar as coisas.
Look, I'd like to help, but...
Será que vale o risco? Sempre dá pra recuperar o dinheiro depois.
Sure. I guess I could ask for a 7-day shift. I don't know. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
Good to be on the boat.
Pronto, tá de boa.
Let's get stuffy.
Entregar pro cara lá agora. Andar principal. Subir no elevadorzinho aqui. Elevadorzinho nice.
You're listening to the Settled Systems News Network.
O que é isso aqui, hein?
Go to Mars, they said.
Ah, o rosto de Marte.
They said. So to cripple depression.
Que foda o rosto de Marte. Em 25 de julho de 1976, a espaçonave Viking 1 captou a primeira foto da região Sidônia de Marte. Ah, essa região é do rosto de Marte, mano, que foda. Estava uma imagem que parecia ser um rosto humanoide na superfície do planeta vermelho. A captura inspirou a imaginação de milhões, consolidando a paixão da humanidade pela exploração espacial e mais uma vez levantando um questionamento. Estamos sozinhos no espaço? Fotografias posteriores revelariam que o rosto não passava de uma montanha, sombras e talvez o maior caso de pareidolia, que é você ver coisas em formas, né, tipo olhar para as nuvens e tal, da humanidade. Uma tendência de enxergar imagens específicas e significativas em padrão visual aleatório ou ambíguo. De qualquer forma, a lenda do rosto de Marte permanece sendo uma importante inspiração para muitos dos dias atuais. Que foda. Toque aqui, eu vou tocar.
Before you say anything, no, Mars is nothing like Earth. Heck, even Earth is nothing like what Earth used to be.
É, ainda quero voltar na Terra, hein? Quero dar uma volta lá. Não tinha nada na Terra, cara. Fiquei triste. Tem um vídeo da Terra. Fiquei bem triste com a Terra, hein?
Mining takes all types.
E aí, o Adler Camp?
Have something for me?
You can mine.
Well, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message?
Ele entendeu o recado.
Nice, nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more.
Oh.
You think you can handle running with my, associates?
Sim, tenho interesse.
I'm interested? Come on. You're not shopping for real estate here. I'm offering you a crack at some real money. So can you handle it or what?
Of course. Eu consigo dar conta e dar aula.
That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say.
Tamo dando certo, hein?
And
Tamo entrando.
I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
É, graninha extra aqui. Tô juntando pra comprar minha nave, né? Tem que juntar dinheiro aqui. Recruta encontra o rei. A gente vai encontrar o rei dos piratas Escarlate, mano. Vai ser foda. E dá um tiro na cabeça dele.